Now, before we tell you whether an IPO is something that will suit you, it's time to bust some myths. According to our expert, this is the most common myth and the truth behind it when it comes to IPO investing.
Every IPO that comes in a bull market will give a listing gain. Okay. Never invest into any IPO for listing gain. While there are a lot of investors who have made money for sure, and they have done well. Absolutely agree with that. But when you buy into a company, you're buying into the prospect of that company, and not just for a short-term period.
He adds on another tip for investors.
Not necessary that every company that is offering is going to start delivering immediately. Different companies are from different sectors. Some would be from evolving sectors, some would be from sectors which are already caught up with a lot of pace. So depending on the stage of the sector, stage of the economy, and where the company stands, the pace of the growth of these companies will differ.
Another myth is that IPO investment is for everyone. Clearing the air of the same, our expert points out,
if in case you are at the initial stage of your equity investments, it is better that you go for companies which are already listed, where you have more information about them. At the initial stage, if in case you get into IPOs, if in case you're a beginner into equity investment, you are better off with already listed companies, particularly, and then focus on big companies rather than straight away going into IPOs.
Now, who should go for IPOs? Do they suit all or certain categories of investors only? Jose explains this in light of SEBI's mandates and guidelines for retail investors and HNIs.
SEBI has made it, the category of retail investor. I mean, that is where it comes up, because you will apply only either as an HNI category. So that is, provided you are. So if you are applying for more than 2 lakhs in value, you will get categorized as an HNI. And less than 2 lakhs, you come under the retail category. Everybody is going to be treated at par. So what it means is that, let us say that there are 1 lakh shares in the retail category which the company is going to issue. And the minimum lot size is, let us say, 10 shares. Okay. So what will happen is that it will require 1 lakh divided by 10. So it requires 10,000 applications. Because since the minimum is 10 shares, everybody has to apply for 10 shares. Right? So once you collect 10,000 applications, if it goes beyond that, everybody will get only as a lucky draw only that 10 shares. So the moment the number of applications will cross 10,000, then it does not matter whether you have applied for 10 shares or whether you have applied for 20 shares or 100 shares or 200 shares within the limit of 2 lakh. So everybody will be put into the same minimum basket. So nowadays what happens is, then for the retail category, since the size of the application has been fixed approximately at between 14 to 15,000, it makes only sense only to apply for the retail category, and that also the minimum amount. So even if you try to apply, for more, you are not going to get an allotment. Okay. So that is what is happening on the retail space. In the HNI space, what is happening? So the moment you apply for, let us say you would apply for 10 lakhs. So you get in complete inverse proportion. So whatever is the number of times the issue subscribed, the inverse is what the allotment you will get. So if you apply for 10,000 shares, the issue is oversubscribed for 100 times, so 10,000 divided by 100. But in the HNI space, what has happened is that there is a lot of funding which is going on. So I may be having 1 crore with me, and I will make a 1 crore application. You also have 1 crore with you, but you will go and take a funding of 99 crores. Okay, so you are making a 100 crore application with the same amount of 1 crore. I am making a 1 crore application with my 1 crore only, but I don't want to do any funding. So you are at a better position as compared to me, even though we both had 1 crore. Okay, so the game has now become, either you have to apply in retail absolute minimum quantity and wait for your luck, or if you want to try the HNI component, you have to go for a funding and then apply. Otherwise, it may not make too much of a sense.
We wish to leave you with a couple of final takeaways. Do take note of these points.
As I said, the valuation are key when it comes to IPO investment. If you get it right at the initial stage and you buy the company at the very initial stage, there's a great opportunity, okay, in terms of wealth creation. Because you have bought this company at a very fair valuation at the initial stage, and the company is looking very promising and does very well over the years, the wealth creation is much better. Okay, so that's one of the biggest pro that you have. Okay, of course, and if you can, the biggest con will come from if in case you get the valuation wrong. Okay, you are buying that company at a very expensive price. With this, what's happened is probably you have to either wait for a very long period for the company to deliver the returns that you are expecting from that company, or you may get frustrated and you may just come out of it.
And that brings us to the end of this beginner's guide video on IPO investing. Stay tuned with us for more tips and expertise on investments and financial planning.